The movie is about a female driver who makes a living by transporting goods. However, one day, she accidentally gets hold of a highly confidential key, which causes her to be constantly hunted by a criminal organization. These two men were urgently fleeing from a group of assassins. They quickly headed toward the car parked by the roadside, which was waiting for them. After confirming the customer's identity, the driver opened the door. But the boss was furious when he saw that the driver was a woman. How the hell is this special transportation service allowing a woman to drive? With no other choice, as the pursuers were closing in, they had to climb into the car to escape. The female driver carefully reminded the boss to fasten his seatbelt, but he arrogantly replied, "I already have a belt on." The driver responded, "Okay, then I'll add a 60,000 fine for not wearing your seatbelt." With that, she started the car and sped off, causing the two men behind them to crash into the seats. Then she performed a 180-degree turn and zoomed forward. This move left the boss stunned, and he quickly fastened his seatbelt, gripping the car's armrest tightly. "Now you're scared, huh?" They were speeding down the road, swerving and making a beautiful turn, shifting the car to the next lane, easily losing the tail of the vehicles pursuing them. The gangster boss in the back kept praising the woman, but soon after, 4 cars surrounded them, threatening them. They were confident that they would catch her this time. But Yunha remained calm, sipping from her water cup. She then quickly swerved the car and turned into a small alley. One of them kept chasing her, but the female driver carefully parked the car between 2 other vehicles. Afterwards, she turned off the engine and lowered her head. Her disguise was so perfect that the enemy couldn't notice anything unusual. When the pursuers had left, she started the car again to escape. But they didn't give up and tried every way to catch her. However, Yunha, with her superb driving skills, made an incredible turn, skillfully avoiding the assassin's car by mere inches. Losing her trail, the pursuers got out of their vehicles to look around. Unexpectedly, from behind, the driver had turned off the engine, letting the car coast down the hill, successfully passing the gangster. They were really unlucky tonight when another underling of the enemy spotted them. The female driver sensed the danger and managed to knock down some scaffolding, losing the tail. But her car couldn't keep running like this under the relentless pursuit of the gangsters. So the female driver took a risk, driving straight onto a railway track. Then she pressed the accelerator hard, chasing after the train. "This is the perfect moment," she said, and floored the gas pedal, executing an amazing maneuver, swerving in front of the train. Once they were safe, the boss immediately paid her. He was very satisfied with the transport service. He even planned to give the female driver a tip and promised that if she worked for him, she would have a prosperous future. But Yunha refused, returning the business card to the customer and coldly walking away, no matter how much he tried to persuade her. This girl's name was Yunha, and her main job was as a scrap car buyer, but that was just a cover. In fact, she worked as a special delivery agent. She would deliver things that others dared not, and as long as there was money involved, every order would be delivered intact. To put it simply, she was a transport agent, but the female version. In another scene, a man was operating an international gambling website. He was sneaking up to the ceiling to retrieve a USB containing confidential data. On the TV, a news report was broadcasting about an athlete who had been bred to fix matches. Worse, they discovered that the athlete had connections with government officials. The man saw his image on TV, but he wasn't worried because this was just the first step in his escape plan. But now it was crucial to take his son with him. It turned out that he used to be a professional athlete, but was lured by the gambling kingpins to join the organization with a high income. After making a fake passport and booking a ship, the smuggler also introduced him to a special transport service. This would help them safely board the ship. And of course, this all-inclusive service wasn't cheap, but money wasn't the issue anymore. At all costs, the father and son had to escape safely. After the gambling website crashed overnight, the gangster boss was furious. He stormed to the secret office to investigate, leaving his subordinates clueless about what was happening. The boss was sure someone had betrayed the organization and ordered his men to check the safe, but they didn't find the secret key to unlock the money vault. One of the henchmen hastily said, "Didn't the boss take it yesterday?" The gangster boss was shocked by the question, as the 30 billion won from the website was in that important key. He then ordered his men to eliminate the foolish underling and immediately began hunting down the traitor who had betrayed the organization. At the same time, in an auto repair shop, Beek suggested a new mission for Yunha. After hesitating for a moment, she finally accepted the mission. After confirming the customer's identity and the specific plan of action, Yoon-ha drove directly to the designated location, but she waited for a long time without seeing the customer. She began to suspect that there was something wrong with this client, as no one trying to escape would be late like this. Just as she was about to leave, suddenly a boy chased by a group of people ran toward her. The boy, terrified, kept knocking on the car window, begging for help. Yoon-ha didn't want to get involved, but she couldn't just ignore someone in danger. She opened the door for the boy, then stepped on the gas to shake off the thugs. But they blocked the car's way and struck the window with a bat. Luckily, the female driver reversed the car and made a turn to escape their pursuit. However, just as she had gotten away, she encountered another group blocking her way. Both sides were surrounding her, with more henchmen closing in from behind. With no way out, she decided to charge straight at them. She wanted to see who would be brave enough in this situation. Just when the two cars were about to collide, the boy's father appeared. He sacrificed his life to give his son a chance to escape. The gangster boss, losing his prey, was furious. Meanwhile, the female driver had no idea that she had just angered a very dangerous wild dog. She drove the car to safety, intending to open the door and leave, having no intention of taking care of the boy. After all, she had already saved the boy's life. But the boy kept following her. With no other option, she called Beek for help and reported what had just happened. They were all puzzled, unsure of what to do with the boy, as he had nowhere else to go. Beek then suggested that they take the boy's wallet and hand him over to a child care organization. But when Yoon-ha handed the boy over to the people at the care organization, she felt that the man there was untrustworthy. So she turned back and picked up the boy. Soon after, the mafia boss found out about Yoon-ha's whereabouts. He sent his men to the hotel to prepare to attack her and the boy. At that moment, Yoon-ha and the boy were preparing to escape when they discovered a car they could use to flee. However, before they could act, the fake cop discovered their whereabouts. Not only did he closely monitor them, but he also sent more men to surround all their escape routes. Yoon-ha wasn't afraid. She had prepared for every possible scenario. She quickly changed her plan, using the thugs' carelessness to create a clever escape route. In the tense confrontation, the boy once again became the surprise factor when he bit the fake cop's leg hard, causing him pain and losing control. A shot nearly took his life, making him realize that this girl was not someone to be underestimated. Seizing the chance, Yoon-ha and the boy ran outside and quickly left the scene, but their escape was far from over. When they reached a safe place, Yoon-ha stopped, deciding to check the boy's bag. She wanted to know what the gangster boss was looking for. At that moment, the boy pulled out a security key from his jacket pocket and handed it to Yoon-ha. She stared at the key, astonished. It turned out that before leaving, the boy's father had given it to his son as part of his secret plan. This key was the code to unlock a treasure worth 30 billion won, the sum of money their enemies were trying to seize. With the key in her hand, Yoon-ha realized that neither her nor the boy's life would ever return to normal. They were not only being pursued because of this huge sum of money, but also because of the secrets it contained. They would always have to live on alert, never able to stop for even a second. Meanwhile, at the police station, a woman working for the intelligence agency was trying to contact the police officers at the station. She said she could help them, using her skills to find out where Yoon-ha was hiding. However, the gangster boss couldn't stand the interference from anyone else in his affairs. He feared that his secrets would be exposed, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't stop this woman from showing up. Meanwhile, Yoon-ha and the boy were trying to contact the boy's mother. Although the boy's father had said that he didn't have a mother, the boy, using his intelligence, traced his mother's phone number through his father's phone. Yoon-ha pretended to call and managed to find the address of the boy's mother. However, when they contacted her, she refused to acknowledge the boy as her son, fearing that his father's past would bring harm to her. Just when they thought they'd found a glimmer of hope, the fake cop secretly ordered his men to eliminate Yoon-ha before the police arrived.